Welcome back, family, to the Back Issue Book Club. I'm Greg.
And I'm Rich. How you guys doing today?
And we covered Kanan, the Last Padawan, Part 2, a.k.a. issues 6 through 12. 7 through 12.
7 through 12, yes. And the Enfield Gang Massacre, issue 4 of 6.
Absolutely forgot about that.
You didn't read it?
No.
Okay, well then, you'll hear that one next week.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Maybe give me a chance to read it a couple more times so I might understand it. 'Cause I read it twice and I didn't get it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes me feel better. I did it for Rich, guys.
That's funny.
Anyway,
Because I'm glad I was able to, to misunderstand it for you.
Yes.
I did it for you, the people. All right.
But anyway, let's get Kanan, the Last Padawan underway.
I'm doing the best I can. I've been sick for 4 days straight now.
Oh, dude.
I think I got it from you.
Seriously?
It was a computer virus.
Yeah.
I missed 2 days of work.
Oh, God.
Couldn't breathe. Today is the first day that I'm able to get a full lung worth in. It was just a respiratory thing. I'm telling you, man. We got it from you.
Wow. I love this series, man.
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite reads, man.
So fun, so well paced. The art is fun.
And you want to know what's funny is, and I have to say this, I read it and it was not the highlight of my day. If I read it at the beginning of the day, it would have been the highlight of my day.
Oh.
But after watching the finale of Loki.
Oh, you watched it?
Uh-huh. My God. I don't.
You texted me. You were like, "Did you like it?" And all I responded with was, "Yes."
It was perfect. You didn't say, "Oh my God, it was amazing."
I didn't want to color you. I didn't want to color your view at all.
Nope. My friend came over, watched it today.
How fun was that?
Seriously, I enjoyed Loki season 2 more than Infinity War, more than No Way Home, more than anything the Marvel Universe has put out. That was a 9.5 episode. That was amazing. The season 2 was just great. That final episode, you didn't know where it was going to go or how it was going to end. And watching Loki on caffeine pills. And if he doesn't get Emmy consideration, I don't know what to do. But I don't want to give any spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it. I'm just going to say you have to see it. But right now, we got to get back to Kanan.
Yes.
Which was still a great series. And you know what's funny is I'm reading up the last of the issue 12. I'm like, dude, where's his buddy? Where is he? I thought we were going to run into him at this point. And then like the last few panels.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, because so we have at this point, Kanan is in a back to tank, pretty much, and the Empire's knocking on the door of the crew
loudly,
and they're like, listen up, we're coming in, blah, blah, blah. And while he's in the back to tank, he's having okay, let me interrupt myself here. A lot of cool double page spreads in these issues.
Yeah, but
I've noticed
some of them with the panels going diagonal did make it a little bit awkward to read. Just a couple places. Not as bad as other books I've seen, but
but yeah, so he's like, replaying his past again while he's in the back to tank, and he's waking up in the back to tank in the past. Yeah, that was cool, where his face was split in young and current self or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's just reliving. We get to dive deeper into Balipa. Oh gosh, what's his master's name?
Balaba.
Deepa Balaba.
Yes, Master Deepa Balaba.
And she was really cool. I really enjoyed her development and like how she came to, like, we met her initially very early on, but now we get to see her, how she got to where she was. And she said basically she died, like the person she was died, and now she's a new person as she's going up against Grievous.
Yeah, the only other Jedi I know that died and came back a different person was Anakin, so that kind of frightened me a little.
Well, and at one point, his best friend Stance gets killed by, I forget if it was by somebody specific or just from gunfire.
It was Captain Sear.
Oh, the whatever they kept calling him, the Cage.
Yeah.
Whatever, the assassin, basically. And he was like, at that moment, I wanted to kill for the first time or something like that. I had the urge. And then he kind of went panel by panel as he was like fighting him in slow motion, it felt like he was like talking about how like the dark side, I could feel it so easily. It
Like
would
I'm
be
sinking into a deep, dark pool of water.
it would be so easy to give into it and
Yeah,
take that route. And
like I
it
am
was
a Jedi.
I mean, pretty much. It was really cool. It's a little cheesy, but I liked it a lot. That part.
Yeah,
It felt relatable. You know.
which reading that and thinking about how Rebels progressed, um, it makes when Kanan found the Sith holocron in Ezra's possession that much more dramatic.
Impactful.
Yeah, impactful.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's like I know I can. You know, I've tasted that a little bit. I know how dangerous it is.
Mhm.
So I remember there's one point where he goes to see like his old turtle friends or whatever.
Who the hell were they? I don't remember them in the beginning of the books.
I don't either.
Okay, so it's not just me. I'm like, this is his oldest friend? Since when? Who are these guys?
It might have been there was one interaction he had with like a vice admiral or something, and it said had like an asterisk, and it said from the recheck out the novel or whatever. So maybe I missed
I
something.
didn't. Yeah, I saw that asterisk also, it was she thought it was Captain whatever,
Yeah,
and she's like Vice Admiral now, and I'm like, oh, look at all the but the way they were kind of talking to each other, I'm like, was this like who he was checking out before he was checking out Hera? They seem to have a little bit of playful banter going on, like, I miss you, Jedi. You've been my hobby. I'm stalking your ass.
uh, so then the wife with her kids tells him that her husband has gone to fight in like a cell or whatever.
Hmm.
Uh,
He
so
went and joined the rebels, this the fool.
all right,
Oh, really? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
never
You
you
seem to
mind.
say never mind.
Never you
Lots.
mind. Never you mind. Never you mind. Yeah, that was a recurring theme in the last couple of books, which was funny.
And I don't remember Kanan saying that in Rebels. I don't know. Maybe he said it so much I didn't pay attention to it, but
Maybe.
let us know in the comments down below if Kanan said that a lot in Rebels. I'll have to go back and well, I plan on rewatching the whole series for the sixth time anyway. Why not?
So funny. But he's with Ezra and he's like, take me to the ship, my baby. And he shows him they finally show him the escape ship from when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And Ezra was talking about it, and it was this cool interaction.
And it gets put back in hiding again, but I never saw it in Rebels, so
Oh, yeah, escape, yeah. But going back to that Vice Grand Admiral, whatever she wanted to be called, at the very end, she's like, "Not now. I'm talking." Somebody interrupts her, and she's like, "Not now."
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
the Grand Inquisitor.
the next panel shows the Grand Inquisitor, that we all know, and
Tell me everything about your hobby.
she's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
Basically,
seriously.
we get to see General Cleve. I remembered his name this time. The Devil
Yep.
guy.
Yes. At the very end, he was the one that was with his old buddy. Again, I'm stuck with names.
Yeah, I can't remember, but that's what you were talking about earlier. At one point, Ezra, not Ezra, Ezra, yeah, Ezra,
He's cornered.
yeah. That's right, because they're saving the husband of the turtle lady.
Yeah.
He's causing a diversion for stormtroopers, and he doesn't know the planet as well as he thought he did, and he runs into like a back alley without a way
Yeah.
out.
And he says, I don't know Lothal, Collar as well as I know Lothal.
Right. And then it just shows you like the mouth down of this guy that it kind of looks like Zeb at first, smashing heads together of some stormtroopers.
Right.
And that's as Ezra is telling him, like, I don't know, some guy helped me out, and I thanked him and I ran away. And then the next page,
Exactly the same way, by the way, that Kanan helped him out when he jumped out of he
that's
grabbed two heads
right.
and smacked them together the same exact way.
That's right. Very early on when he was finding his first quote unquote friend.
Yeah.
After breaking away and trying to survive for the first time. But yeah, it's good. That's a great parallel. And then the next page, it's Cleve and the guy who did the cracking of the skulls.
I gotta quickly look up the name. I'm sorry. It's
That's
just driving me nuts.
They were having a conversation between themselves.
Janus Casimir.
And he's one of the race of aliens that we've seen a lot of in this series. I forget what they're called, but yeah, he's he goes. Some random kid got cornered in an alley, a couple bucket heads, so I helped him out. And Cleve goes, "A random kid? Who was it?" And then he goes, "He didn't stop to tell me. He just said thanks and took off." Then perhaps you might explain to me why Janice Casimir, notorious rogue, got involved. I don't know, Cleve, but I think maybe the kid reminded me of someone. And Cleve goes, "Of whom?" And Janice goes, no one special, just someone I used to know, or someone we used to know." And it's a picture of a young, like bounty hunter, Kanan,
Yeah.
in his getup.
I still would like to know exactly how Kanan Jarrus got his name.
Yeah, he kind of just picked it from what we see, or what
I mean,
we're.
it's similar to a jumbling of the letters of Janus Casimir.
Hmm.
It's not complete because you got Kanan, Kanan, and if you got Janus, if you were to change the first letter to K, you have Canis, Kanan, and then Casimir becomes Jarus because you take the first letter of Janus and put it in. It's similar but not the same.
Seeing here,
I think it's called an anagram when you switch the letters, but it doesn't have all the letters to properly switch.
right. So what I'm seeing is it's an homage to Casimir Janus, Kanan, Jarrus, Casimir, Janus, an
Yeah.
ally that helped Kanan survive Order 66 and develop his skills. That's the best I can find.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's very similar if you jumble the letters around, but it's not 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, since Casimir was so, I'd have to say vain, he named his ship the Casimir one or Casimir or whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
Kanan could have called himself something else, Casimir.
Yeah.
Casimir Junior. I don't know.
Yeah, but maybe then he would be attached to him. If he ended whatever Casimir did, he would inevitably be connected to.
An accessory.
Yeah, but fun stuff, man. Really
Yeah.
like this. I loved the art is like perfect comic art for me.
Yes.
So fun. There's a lot of like when there was movement happening, you could see it. You could see when a ship is landing, the dust kicking up around like where it's about to land, and the way the sabers are moving in the middle of a scene. It's great.
I want to see when all the battle bots were climbing up the tower, reminding me of iRobot. I'm watching it like, since when can they climb? But
Oh, that's a great point.
yeah, I mean the clankers. But
Yeah,
just looking at how that was drawn, I could actually almost feel them moving up like roaches, man. It was
that's what I envisioned. Like in the Mummy movies, they have the scarabs that are
yes,
just like, and I'm just like, ah.
yeah, and it did make me feel uncomfortable seeing them all on that pillar going up.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the last panel in the second to last book, when he finally breaks out of the back to tank,
Mhm.
he totally. All I could see was like Namor for some reason
Ah,
because he's all shirtless and just got little skivvies on. I don't know.
well, it was funny because I never picture anybody wearing clothes in a back to tank. I don't know. You're in a hospital; they don't really care about that. So I'm scrolling down, like, please, God, okay, good, he's wearing shorts.
Oh, I don't think Marvel would allow that. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at this picture now of like they're all like crawling up the tower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he says, like, we'll be there in 4 minutes. I seriously don't. Do we have 4 minutes? And it's just like iRobot.
yeah.
um, how much time do you need? I can do this in about 6 minutes because I really don't think we have 6 minutes.
Well, that was an interesting. I forgot about this. The Fen Rao, the the
Yes.
Skull Squadron. Do we know him?
Yeah, he's from Rebels. He's the one that they catch and winds up joining them. His entire Mandalorian squadron, the Protectors, is killed, and Fenrir winds up joining them. He's there for the
Oh,
final attack and everything. Yeah, on Lothal.
uh, yeah. I see it now. I'm looking it up. That's cool. And at one point, he was like, "I never got a chance to, never did get to meet Fen Rao in person. Never got to thank him."
You will, but you forget to thank him.
That's why it's cool. So, very cool stuff. A lot of nods to the series, but a lot of color added too, between the lines and in the history of Kanan Jarrus and folks. I think it would be
Yeah,
cool if we got more of these for the other characters like Zeb and Hera and stuff.
yeah.
But I guess that ship sailed because this was back in 2015.
I think it's still released stuff now. I mean, I personally would like to see some book explaining the relationship outside of the fighting between Hera and Kanan Jarrus, and when exactly did they
Make a baby.
make a baby? There we go. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it wasn't. And you think about it, it was the moment, like within 2 seconds of him dying, is when she finally said, "I love you."
Yeah.
So that means they made the baby before she said, "I love you."
That's true.
That Twilight girl. No, you don't like them. They're nasty girls.
Yeah. So even if it was just one issue for the rest of the cruise, each like a one shot, it would be cool.
Yeah,
But,
and with the exception of Kanan, the rest of the characters are still in Star Wars canon. You got Hera, Sabine, Ezra, Chopper, and what do you call it? Gara Zebarelios. They are all in the Star Wars canon, so they could have some episode, even live action, where they have a flashback and talk about when they get to meet people or something. That'd be cool.
we need a 64-page oversized one shot for Chopper alone.
I honestly, to God, would love to see Chopper as an astromech in this, before he crashed.
Yeah. I mean, there's
And,
story there for sure.
Yeah. And was he so bitter and mean beforehand?
I know, right? Yeah,
Or
he was pushed one insult too far by the other droids or something. Or a human, treat him like shit.
or maybe the guy that flew that plane was a total wise ass too, and they liked each other.
Yeah. That's how he developed his personality.
Yeah.
Droidality. It's not a person. Very cool.
So rating the series on a scale of 1 to 10.
All right. I think I rated the first half a 7.5.
Mhm.
And I think you rated it an 8.5.
I believe that's correct.
I'm going to elevate my rating overall to an 8.5.
And I'm going to change my overall rating to an 8. I like the first half better than the second half, but I did like them both.
Ooh, I like the second half better than the first half.
I obviously you went from a 7.5 to an 8.5.
Oh, come on!
I did the math in my head. I got the little.
Damn, you're good. Damn.
Means you rate the second half a 9.5, which that's great.
Yeah, it was a blast for me. It was a blaster.
But overall, though, still one of the best series that I've read. I really we got to figure out more of these Star Wars runs to read.
Yeah, these like 12 issue, 8 issues, kind of like miniseries are fun and manageable. I don't know. I know there's a bunch of Star Wars runs happening currently, but I don't know where they are with all that.
Speaking of other runs to read,
so coming up, we are going to take on a book.
Bronze Age.
Yes, Marvel Spotlights 5 through 11. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the first appearance of the
modern day
motorcycle Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Yes.
Not the horse rider.
Carter Slade.
Yeah. This would be Johnny Blaze.
That's correct.
So
see how they introduced him into the into Marvel Comics, which I've never read. I've got one up there, but it's slabbed, and I'm not opening it up under penalty of death.
That's a secret. That's like a minor grail for me. I really, really want the first appearance of Ghost Rider. I really think it's a cool book. But
well, my best recommendation to you is do it the way I did and find somebody selling a Raw.
Oh, now's a good time too. So there we go. We'll do that. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, that's it. And we will cover that Enfield book next week as well.
Yes, Enfield Gang number 4. My fault. We'll cover it next week.
Okay. We're good. Bring us home.
Thank you guys for watching and listening wherever you are. If you're listening to this podcast, please rate and subscribe. Leave comments, about how it is wherever you're listening. It's available pretty much everywhere. Mm-hmm. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Discuss with us if you read along what your thoughts were. Somebody get in the comments with Stinker Beta Ray Thor.
Yeah.
And let's have a discussion down there. If you want to get this podcast Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days early, join us up on Patreon, patreon.com/Team Ohana, and I will put that out usually every Monday or Tuesday morning. Along with that, you get all of our watch-alongs. We just finished Loki. Holy S.
Yeah, right.
Great series. If you win the new comic book day giveaway that we have every week, then you get an extra. Usually, you get a choice of 2 of 4, but you get a choice of 3 of 4 if you're a Patreon member.
That's correct.
There's also a bunch of other goodies that come up here and there. If we do an extra video or something like that, you guys will be the first to know. I know we keep saying this, but it's a process. We're working on our new merch situation and some other changes on the horizon, so stay tuned for that. If you want to, you can hit up the Etsy shop in the link. But yes.
And I just want to start promoting way in advance. December 30th, Only Slabs, which is a show that appears weekly on Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics. Team Ohana will be there for the 3rd time. I believe it's just going to be me this time because Greg is not available that particular weekend. Something about the holidays. I don't know. Anyway, he's got a family. So...
But, you got a family. It's like
right.
The wrong direction to be making fun of.
Yeah, I know. And what do you got? I got 3 dogs. I don't know what time of year it is, but I'm hungry. So anyway.
But yes, sometimes you see Rob in the comments when we're doing a live stream. Super cool. Don't forget to check him out.
Oh, you got to check out his channel. He's great.
If nothing else, you get to see a cool mustache.
And he's got a great wall behind him.
Yes. But yeah, Only Slabs, December 30th.
It's a live show. I'll be showing some slabs that I haven't shown before on his channel. And at the same time, answering any kind of questions and talking about what was intriguing about those slabs. And if you have any questions about me, feel free to jump right in and ask them. If I don't want to answer it, I'll just say, nah, ain't touching that one. So
there you go. Until we see you in the next one. Mahalo.